Don't blame me, I voted for Trump.
Where you from, bro?
New York City.
No, like that.
I'm Mexican by ethnicity. I have no issue with that. If someone's in here illegally, then they should, interact with our border control. I'm all for legal immigration.
How do you feel about, how do you feel about you fuck with Trump rather than Biden? You don't fuck with none of them, but
You fuck with Trump more than Biden?
But Trump is an honest devil. He come clear, you feel me? But Biden hides his racism. Both of them racist, but Biden, he hides his racism.
Right.
But we already know what's up. But the people, majority of the people, especially our people, so-called black and Hispanics, right, they think Biden is an honest, they think Biden is not racist, but he's really racist. Because, so check this out, right? What did he do for black people when he got in office? Or for the Asian, he passed bills. Listen, man, we're in this country being oppressed for over 500 years. Our so-called black and Hispanics, they still ain't do nothing for us. After we done built this place, they ain't give us no reparation. But the other people, they gonna get reparation. You know what I'm saying? Well, we understand the racism. Right.
Japanese.
So I'll tell you this, Joe Biden promised college loan forgiveness, which would have helped the black community. As soon as he got into office, he canceled that. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden also to this day, has not met with Black Lives Matter. Is there a dog there?
Yeah.
Oh, Cloud.
Right, you been with Black Lives Matter, right? Like, black is just a color, you feel me? Ain't nobody actually black. Like, my garment is black, right? But so-called black and Hispanics and Native American, we are the people that got chosen. Y'all know about God's chosen people? The Israelites?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so we are the real Israelites. We are the real Jews. Understand? But we lost our identity. We lost our nationality. Right now we're in America, being called by different names, and we got a group of people that took our nationality, calling themselves Jewish. You understand? So they took our land, our nationality, and everything away from us. But we are the people that God is writing about in the book, in the Bible. That's why now Tony, he read it, he understood that. That's why he started a whole rebellion. Understand? If you actually open up the Bible and read it for what it is, you're gonna see that, yo, it's talking about black. We speak about how we gonna get shot in the streets. But if I get that, Zechariah 11:5, I'm gonna show you something, man. Right? But the churches ain't gonna read this Bible for you.
Zechariah 11 and verse 5. It says, whose possessors slay them.
So he's talking to the children of Israel, about the children of Israel. It says, our possessors slay us. Slay is an old English word meaning to kill, right? They kill us. Who possess us? Who possess us today? We're still in the possession of the so-called white man. Right. These people possess us, right? We're in America paying tax for people that...
Taxation is theft. Taxation is theft.
Right, definitely. Right?
There you go. We're gonna swap batteries out.
Land that you were once originally inhabiting, that was stolen from you illegally.
Which group are you referring to?
The so-called Mexicans.
Oh, the Mexicans? I mean, look, that happened in what, the 1800s when the United States, I guess, conquested or colonized a lot of areas of the U.S. that were formerly Mexico. I think America obviously started based on immigration, illegal immigration, you could argue, but the reality is it's now 2021. We are a nation, we have a border. Every country in the world has a border. Every country in the world should flow the stem of immigrants into their country. When I lived in Thailand, I couldn't just walk in. I had to apply, I had to get a visa, I had to pay some money to the country, and then I was allowed in. All we want to do is we want to vet anyone that's coming in today. You know, terrorism is a real threat every day. And now what's happening in Afghanistan, terrorism is now a bigger threat than ever was before. So I have no problem bringing people into the country that need help. I have no problem taking asylums into the country and people that are economic migrants. But we just have to control the flow, and we have to know who's coming in, and we also have to make sure that our Americans are protected first. We have to take care of the veterans in our country. We got to take care of the homeless in our country. And once all Americans are served and protected,
we got to take care of the so-called black, the so-called minority.
Anyone that's oppressed, anyone that's poor, anyone that's having problems in America, they got to be taken care of before we can open our...
America? Why not throughout the four corners of... Why not throughout the Americas?
It's not our responsibility to take someone
Aren't you Mexican?
I am Mexican.
Isn't that your
my ethnicity is Mexican, my nationality is American.
Is that your people?
No, my people are New Yorkers. I'm a New Yorker.
I mean, but you and me don't come from the same... Like, you're Mexican, I'm a so-called Jamaican, but we are the same. We are the same people.
Yeah, because
like,
we're both Americans.
The white man is not our people. We're different people.
Well, I honestly, I think we're all equal, because as MLK said, continent of character, not color of the skin.
So we're all equal?
He said we're all equal.
Can I bring out a point?
Yeah.
You
said something interesting when you first said it. You said immigrants coming to the country, stuff like that. People have to come in illegally, right? You said the country was founded on immigration.
Yep.
And you said it was, and we established that it was illegal. It was conquest. It was colonization.
Yep.
Right. So now we're a nation. We're in this together, right? We've been kidnapped, right? There's people in West Africa that was kidnapped and brought to your house, right?
Right.
There is one main stranger in this house that does not own the house, and we agree that would be the gringo, the white man, right?
Well, I'm going to say this. I think throughout history, every single ethnic group has been enslaved. Every single ethnic group has been prejudiced against. The Irish were not welcome here in the U.S.
But he's talking about America.
Yeah, we're talking
Right. Yeah, the Irish.
We're talking about America.
Right, within America, the Irish were oppressed also.
No, they were indentured.
And they were white. And they,
you know
exactly.
What an indentured servant is?
But that's still
but
white skin.
an indentured servant is a contract. Meaning you serve this servitude for a certain amount of time, and then once it's over, you get what you agreed for.
And Irish had Haitian slavery.
Exactly, and so-called black and Hispanics have been through chattel slavery, and no one in the world has been through chattel slavery except the so-called black, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indian, and that's been still happening still to this day. So how do you feel about a group of people that's kicked your people out and said that you cannot come back to your homeland? How is that even like? How can you sympathize with that? Like, how can you agree with a country that builds their foundation on blood and then says, well, now we're changed, you just can't come in anymore?
I am so thankful for America every single day of my life. I love the fact that, well, I'll tell you what it's done for me. It's allowed me to be financially free at a very young age. I've been self-employed since I was 32 years old. I don't work a 9-to-5 job. I travel the world. I have one of the strongest passports in the world. It means I can go to most countries without having any type of, real issue. I also have freedom of speech here. I lived in countries where I'm not allowed to speak against the government. I've lived in those countries where I'm forced to keep my mouth shut. So the fact that I could be here, I could do this, I can judge the Biden administration, I can speak against them and not, worry about being kidnapped or killed. It's a beautiful country, man. I love America.
What about your
America.
people in Mexico that are being oppressed? Like, it's like you forsook your people to live the American dream.
There's a false narrative that people in Mexico are oppressed. They have financial problems. They don't have the same economic opportunities that we have here.
Right.
So most of the migrants are economic migrants, but they're not an oppressed people. So it's economic migration, not oppressed. If you go to Cuba, that's a different story. Those people are being oppressed because of the communists.
A lot of people in Mexico suffer from poverty.
Correct. That's an economic problem, but it's not the same as a problem of communism, where the government's keeping their foot on your neck and saying that we're going to control everything that you do.
But like you were saying, the so-called white man took this country away from Mexicans, robbed Mexico. Right, rob Mexico and enjoy this country and leave them in poverty. The people that this country belong to, they push them down south, and now they're suffering in poverty. But you would rather choose this place rather than suffering with your people.
And you said they're economically, at a disadvantage, right? But the only reason that they're economically at a disadvantage is because of America. So how can you live with yourself that your people are economically disadvantaged because of America's colonization?
So I just spent 5 months in Mexico living there. And have you guys been there before?
No.
Okay. If you guys have been to Mexico, what you're going to realize is the media makes it seem that all Mexicans are struggling. It's not the reality. It's the same system as the U.S. The U.S. has poor, Mexico has poor. But Mexico also has a lot of extremely wealthy people. As a matter of fact, one of the wealthiest men in the world is a Mexican guy named Carlos Slim.
Right, and so those people are the conquistadors.
Maybe today, maybe the elites. Maybe the elites. But that's not skin color.
We're talking about
that's wealth.
We're talking about the indigenous people of that land. Right, that's what we're talking about. They're the one that's suffering poverty. But you got other group of people that are coming into their land and reaping the riches, taking over the rich and being the great people of that land.
I get what you're saying, and what I'll say is this. I'm very happy that fast forward to 2021, we are living in what I believe is a lot more advanced society. We're sovereign nations. Mexico's got a border, we've got our border. Historically, a lot of bad shit happened. We can all admit that, right?
So what should happen for them?
What should happen now? I don't know.
No, what should happen for what has been done?
I don't know if reparations is the answer, and I'll tell you why.
I didn't say anything.
I know, I'm bringing that up though, because that's a common go-to theme, right? A lot of Jews were killed in the Holocaust, and a lot of Jewish families were offered reparations.
They got reparations.
I said that, yeah, a lot of them got reparations. almost none of them thought that what they got replaced the damage and injury that was done to them. It didn't make much of a difference.
Yeah, but I know a lot of fake Jews, because I wouldn't call them real Jews. The real Jews are the so-called black people in America.
Right, as
the
you
real
said
Israelites
earlier.
are the black and
As you said
Hispanics.
earlier.
So I know a lot of fake Jewish people that say like they don't care about the Holocaust. They're good, they got money, they got their business, they're not worried about it, they're not traumatized, they weren't there.
Right.
But the black and Hispanics here are still traumatized because of the rape, rob, and murder that's been happening from the so-called white man.
So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about
having no educational system, no democrat, no political system, no currency for ourselves, no army for ourselves, and you're going to tell me that we're equal?
Well, our army is for all of the people within that are American. Let me ask you this, though.
But the white man has his own army that's been established since he colonized this place. Black people weren't allowed to be part of that army until a certain point in time. So let's stick on that. So where's the so-called black and Hispanic army? The Arab man has his army. The Chinese man has his army.
I don't think at this point, for example, like when NFL is going to be having the black national anthem right before they do the American anthem, I don't think that that's a solution, because we can make the same argument. Why did you have a black national anthem? Where's the Mexican national anthem? Where is the Chinese national anthem?
I don't
we
think
all
a
have
black
one anthem,
national-
which is the national anthem.
Well,
That's our anthem.
I definitely do not uphold the national anthem of America whatsoever. Second of all, there shouldn't be no black national anthem, because like you said, black is the color of his garment.
Right.
We don't have black skin. We're brown skin.
You're brown skin, exactly.
You
I know
see,
it's a false.
so right there, it's a red flag.
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the fact that within homicides, black men are most often killed by other black men, and it's not white men?
Now, let me say something.
And the only reason I'm asking that is because you said that white men are oppressing the black man, but it seems to me based on all the data that black men are being killed by other black men. So it would seem that the black man is oppressing the black man when it comes to the communities. How do you react to that?
All right, got you. So when you deal with the time of slavery, right? You heard the Willie Lynch letter, right? You know they
Say it again,
pinned
the what?
the Willie Lynch letter.
No, I don't know
where
that
they
letter.
pinned dark skin against light skin and say, look, y'all are not equal. Y'all had to fight. And during slavery, you would have like wrestlers. So you would have two slaves fight to the death, and both of them will fight for a certain position. So you have a people group that's in a low estate, a very low estate, and they have to fight for a certain position. And now you implement guns and drugs into their communities, and it's just like putting two crabs in a barrel and saying, well, these crabs are just fighting, it's not my fault. I mean, you put the crabs in the barrel, you put the guns in the black and Hispanic communities, you put the crack and the weed in the black and Hispanic communities. We don't distribute that, we don't manufacture those things. So the only reason that we're even allowed or able to do that is because these people are putting these things in our communities. And on top of that, killing us for having these things. So you put it in my community, and then you kill me for having it. But you make it seem like I have to have it because you put black people as the biggest terrorists in a people group. So now when I look at another black man, it's like, damn, I gotta be afraid for my life. Because the white man looks at me and he smiles, but the black man looks at me like, damn, I wanna kill this thing. You feel what I'm saying?
So, counterpoint, why is it then that black immigrants thrive in America? Black immigrants do not have the same issues as black Americans.
Watch this. This is the thing. Not all people with dark skin are the same people. Chinese people and Japanese people are not the same people. Of course. So you have, let's say, Ethiopians, Somalians, East Africans, South Africans. Those people are not the same people that was brought in America. When you deal with any type of journalist that wrote and went over there during the slave routes, they'll tell you that there's two different people groups. You got one with curly hair, one with really nappy hair. You got one that's really tall, one this body figure. You feel what I'm saying? This physique, he has a different physique. These people are not the same people. Even when I was in college, I was doing this paper, and I read this article. It was saying that they would bring slaves on the ship, and black slaves would be like, look, that African is chilling, he's good, he's okay. But we both have black skin, how come he's not enslaved? Because they're not the same people. You have the so-called white people having treaties with different African kings, different tribes to know who's who and which people I can actually enslave. So that's why they're able to come here and thrive in America. And that's the problem. How is another people group able to come here and thrive in America while the black man cannot even get a loan?
Black American man.
The so-called black American man can't even get a loan to do anything. The Mexican American man cannot get a loan.
That's my thing though. If racism and oppression was such a thing today, right? It shouldn't matter if they were Ethiopian or black American. It's a similar skin color.
No,
they should all be oppressed equal. Right. It matters because the cultures they're coming from are different. And the biggest difference, you know what it is? Well, there's two big differences. Number one is father absence in the black American community. There are a lot of fathers missing from the home.
But
and number two,
what is the cause of that?
The cause of that was democratic policies. That was a big cause of that, was democratic policies. Black Americans and white Americans had very similar...
The whole American system as a whole. That's the cause of that. Because before the 60s, we had both parents in the house.
Exactly. You had the same rate as white Americans.
Something regarding what he said. He said they're putting guns into the black community, and they push the black community go into the crimes and things like that. What is the responsibility of the parents? Parents have some responsibility to bring up kids and teach them not to go into these kind of things. So you disregard the responsibility of the parents. And you come back to the not having a father. That's part of it.
Yeah, because a lack of father is the biggest indicator of problems.
You see,
That don't make no sense. Because so when we got out of slavery, right, we had both parents in the household, and then now we got out, they won't give us any job, right? But instead, they give us, like he was saying, they give us drugs, right? That which destroy our family. It destroy our house. So the drug, the crack, right? All these things. Now you got the father leaving the mother with the children by themselves. So all that has a cause, and the cause of that is the American system, which is so-called white men that put these things in our neighborhood.
But there is a drugs available to Latinos also, to the other communities also.
And they're doing the same thing. Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm originally from Middle East, but I'm observing from.
Because he's from the outside looking in.
From outside looking in. Into the. I'm not. You see, every human. I'm not against race. Every human being. Everybody. I don't consider people by the color of skin. Everybody's a human being, but we have to look into some facts, into societies, why this thing happening. I'm not saying that there's no racism. Of course there's racism.
Yeah, it exists.
But it exists. But it's like like any other crimes. Because by constitution, you have to have freedom of individual freedom, regardless of the skin color.
Constitution, I'm still 3/5 of a man.
I'm sorry?
I'm still 3/5 of a man in the Constitution.
Why?
The Constitution is unchanged.
No, the Constitution doesn't. It never.
The Constitution gives rights to everybody.
Is it unchanged though?
It's not. It's 3/5. It's not in that. It's not.
So it's been changed?
No.
It's never been in that. It's not in the
never been.
Constitution. It was a different.
Everybody's
document.
free according to the Constitution.
I mean, and slavery is still illegal too.
No,
Slavery is still legal.
Slaving is illegal?
Slavery is legal, yeah.
No, not
13th
according to the
Amendment.
United States
The 13th
Constitution.
Amendment.
No, not the U.S.
The
Constitution.
13th Amendment says you can be a slave if you commit a crime.
No.
Oh,
That's the 13th
he's
Amendment.
talking about the prison system, and I get.
I mean, it
prison
says,
I get what he's saying.
No, the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment says that slavery is illegal.
Oh, I think you know what? I think he's right. There's a loophole
for crime,
and that's how the prison system kind of is in a way.
And I'm going to show you
slavery
something.
because the people in prison systems here, they often have to do work.
And who's the majority of the prison systems? The so-called Black and Hispanic community.
But then it comes back to who's committing most of the crime in America. And again, 52%
what
of
type of crimes,
homicides.
though?
52% of homicides are committed by young black men.
What type of crimes?
Homicides.
Homicides, right?
Homicide. No, you're right.
Black men could, but
And they kill
how are
other
they
black
done?
people.
Yeah, but how are they done though? Because I can go to Afghanistan and be like, look, you got two areas, they're just killing each other.
That is true.
Right, but they actually have like a reason. Like they got this group over here and this group over here. They just got another black man and another black man just killing each other for no reason. But how are they able to do that? Because the system, I can literally kill another black man and get away on bail. Even if I'm on camera, I can still get away on bail. And I've seen this countless of times.
Also,
There's rappers rapping about it all the time.
And there's also the don't snitch mentality too in a lot of the
Yeah, but there's a camera recording me shooting somebody and I can still get out on bail. But if I kill a white man, I can't get no bail. If I kill if I punch a Chinese person, I'm on lockdown. If I sell drugs,
why can't they bring this up? Why can't they bring this up?
The so-called white man gave us the culture we have right now.
Exactly.
Right? Through the media, right? Promoting violence in our community. Like he was saying, like a rapper can talk about killing another black man, they'll give him a deal for that.
Yep.
But if he speak about killing another white man, they take.
That's true. You don't.
Nick Cannon
He's
said-
right. You don't really hear about that in rap songs. You don't hear about like.
So you gotta understand. You gotta understand
because
you gotta understand what the white man is playing, what it's doing to us. He gave us that culture we
No, but you have
we
the
have right
freedom
now.
of
Look, mate.
No.
We have freedom of press. You can go to any press
You
and
saying,
bring
he's
this
saying,
up.
we
he's saying
really
they,
don't, because
you're
look,
saying
watch
they
this.
won't promote the music
They
if you
won't.
don't do that.
You know they won't.
Right.
Because look, Nick Cannon, right? Nick Cannon went on, on his TV show and said that he's a real Jew, and that the
remember
Jewish
that.
man is a fake Jew, and they canceled the show and kicked him off, and he was canceled. But I can go on Instagram, iTunes, YouTube, in front of 300 million people and say I'm about to go kill this man
Right, it's
and have
music,
sex with his
artistic
wife,
expression.
and the Jewish man will promote it,
Right.
but will never promote me saying I'm a Jew. I get canceled for saying that.
That's an interesting point. That's an
So
interesting point.
literally everything, even down to the songs they listen, because the song is a big influence of why black people kill each other. Because we listen to this bullshit and then we say, listen, you can listen to music, be feeling it, and now you want to go act it out. But the only reason you're able to think that way is because the white man is promoting that in your communities. You don't see them promoting good music in our communities at all. Like our organization, we're an organization to uplift black and Hispanic, Native and Seminole Indians, right? We have.
What's the name of your organization?
The Sicarii. Yeah, we're the Sicarii.
But you're saying.
How do we find you on the internet?
You can just look up Sicarii on YouTube.
Okay.
It'll pop up.
Awesome.
Our certain because we're in Mexico, we're Puerto Rico. Where we at? Damn. Atlanta, Miami.
Chicago.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put a link to your organization in the description. Can people donate to the cause?
Yeah, we have a GoFundMe.
You got to GoFundMe? And is it on the
Or
website?
the Cash App is better. It's just Sicarii. I mean, $Sicarii. It's easier because
We'll put it in the video. So maybe you make it some donations. But look, guys, this was an amazing exchange. This is probably one of the best exchanges that we've had in a while. Even if we don't fully agree on everything, you brought up a lot of interesting points that I'm going to go home and research. And I hope that we
learned
said
a
some
lot.
stuff that it sounds like you've heard a lot of the talking points.
I just want to read one scripture though.
All right, go ahead.
Isaiah 42 and 22, it says, but this is a people, the Bible is talking about the Israelites. It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. And who do you know to be robbed and spoiled in this earth? It's the black and Hispanic man.
Right, so like if you rob a people, you took everything away from the people and then you put them in a project, right? Now you give them no choice but to survive, to eat. That's why they do what they're doing, because you robbed and you took everything away from us, and now you gave them guns and drugs, things to do violence with. You understand? Go ahead.
And they are all of them snared in holes. Now, another word for a snare is a trap. And I'm in a trap, I'm trapping. It says that these people.
No, because the ghettos, the so-called hoods, it is a trap. Like we're trapped there. Like they make it nearly impossible for us to get out of that project.
I hear that.
You understand? Hold on, man. Have some respect.
And then even when you look at the trap house, right? You'll see police driving past the trap house and they won't do anything. They know what's going on there. They would wait for it to get a big enough establishment to then bust it down there and break everybody and to get everybody locked up. That's how I remember one time, I think it was like 2013, 2012. It was like 30 people, like 40 people got bust down in one house, all locked up.
They're called trap house or something?
Trap house, yeah, it's a trap house.
Awesome, thank you guys.
You're the devil, right? And the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You're the devil. And you're the devil, and you're the devil.
And also, if you commit a small crime, right? You commit a small crime, they'll lock you up, right? But if they know they can't charge you for a bigger crime, they're gonna let you go, right? So you can go commit that bigger crime so they can catch you in a RICO case. And that's this whole place is made for us to fail. It's designed for us to fail, right? For a downfall. It's not made for us to succeed. Right?
So that's why I harp on, like, because I literally grew up watching it happen. Like I didn't see it, but I've heard. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, part of Brooklyn.
Flatbush.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
Flatbush,
by Caton,
yeah.
so-
That neighborhood's changing now.
Yeah, it's gentrified now.
It's getting gentrified like crazy.
OD gentrified. So I used to hear gunshot all the time. So I used to know people who kill people, and then like a couple months later they're out on bail. How is that even possible?
Yeah.
You just killed them. You're out on bail, so you know why? So we can go kill another black man, go to jail, get bail, kill another black man. That's the whole agenda, to deprive the black.
You realize that that's a big Democratic policy that's called catch and release? And Republicans, when they're in power, they don't do that. They catch and keep. And that's why, the reason why I do this is because I want more Republican leadership in America. And that's a nice way to tie this bow together.
No, you're missing the point. The point is the system that's created.
I hear what you're saying. Republicans are part of the same system. I hear that. I know. I hear you saying.
They're part of it too, but all of them are part of it.
I hear that. Well, guys, you were awesome to talk to.
I just want to finish this. I got you.
All right, yeah.
Isaiah 42 and 22. It says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses." And who are the people who fill their prison houses? The black and Hispanic. Showing you that the Bible is showing you parallels between the black and Hispanic communities and the Israelites, because these curses will happen to the Israelites. We get shot down in the street. Our oppressors will shoot us, and not get held accountable. You look at all of these people that get shot down. Brown and Taylor. What's his name? Amber Geiger killed his brother in his own house, and got what 10 years. And then if she does good, she can get out earlier. How is that even possible? You killed a man in his own house. How is that possible? There's no way that you can say that the system is just and upright if that's able to happen, because I guarantee you, if it was a black man or a Hispanic man, woman, they would have been locked up, done. They would have been done. Now watch this. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. And it says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again." So when you deal with the Israelites, it tells you in Deuteronomy 17, God said that the Israelites would not go back to physical Egypt. So he said, you're going to go back to Egypt, right? And the word Egypt in Hebrew is Mitzrayim or Matazariah, which means double straits between a rock and a hard place. So if I'm between a rock and a hard place, I'm not able to get out. I'm in bondage. I'm in captivity. So he said, you're going to go into captivity again with ships. The only people that went into slavery on ships were the black and Hispanic, Native and Seminole Indians. It says, "Thou shalt see it no more again." Talking about physical Egypt. "And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies." So it says, when you got off those slave ships, we're going to be sold. We're going to be sold onto our enemies. And who are we sold to? None other than the gringo, the so-called white man. That's who black and Hispanics were sold to. The black people, when they got from the west coast of Africa over here to the Americas, and the indigenous, when Christopher Columbus came over here and brought them to Portugal, to over there in Europe, over there in Spain, and in Russia. That's why you got like the second largest diaspora of Mexicans in Germany. How is that even possible? How did Mexicans get over there to have the second largest diaspora? It's because we was brought over there through slavery. And that's what the Bible is literally telling you, that the Israelites are going to slavery on slave ship, and they'll be sold unto our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And that word "buy" in Hebrew means to redeem. So nobody was going to be able to redeem the black and Hispanics out this situation that we're in. That's why voting for Trump, voting for Biden, voting for anyone is not doing anything for our people collectively, because no one is going to redeem us except the Most High God. Because no one can redeem this people out of the situation that they're in. And if they could have, they would have been done.
Yeah, I got a precept, right? Deuteronomy 17 and 15. "Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, right? Whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shall thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not of thy brother." So the Most High say, you should never set somebody over you that's of another nation, right? Because why would you set another people over you, right? You want your own people to be over you, because he understands you. He understands what you're going through. He understands your struggle. Biden don't understand your struggle, right? Trump don't understand our struggle, so we can't vote for neither one of them, right? And the Bible, the Most High God, been letting us know that, right? We got to set our own people over us, right? One that understands God's law, that understand, right? That understand the Bible is about black revolution. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that understand that, that's who you got to set over, not Trump, not a stranger.
I hear that. Gentlemen, thank you so much for the time. You guys were great to talk to. And you're going to be on YouTube tomorrow. You're going to have your own episode.